This is Maria with the wreathmeshine.com, coming to you tonight to introduce a brand new wreath making technique to the craft industry. Okay, so first, what is it? It's called the studded wreath. So the studded wreath is essentially a wreath on any frame of your choice, whether it's a candy cane wreath, a snowman wreath, wreath form, a round 14-inch, whatever size wreath. You can do it on any size. Honey, you can pretty much do it on any frame you want. It's up to you. Okay? Of course, you need your glue gun. The only material you need is ribbon. Ribbon. Okay? Fabric, ribbon. 1.5, 2 inch, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the same principle. You also need studs. So you pick the color you want to use for your design. I'm doing red and gold. And the only other thing that you're going to need is some scissors to cut your ribbon. A pipe cleaner for your bow. I have one already pre-made that I'm going to put on this when I'm done. So that's a whole other video, y'all. This is just focusing on creating the base for the studded wreath, okay? The only other thing that y'all are going to need for this project is, and it's a little bit of an investment unless you already have one, is a stud machine, okay? This sets the studs in the ribbon on your frame. It's a, what's it called? It's got a spring, you know, let me zoom in a little bit. So this one was from allstarco.com. I'm going to put the link for it down below if you want to purchase it. So what you do is you feed your stud up here on top and you push down and it pushes it into your ribbon. It bends the prongs and it sets it in place. So that's the other thing you're going to need for this, okay? So in the end, you end up making a pretty cool stud wreath. I call it the studded wreath. And if you want to see an example of the studded wreaths, you can go to www.thewreathmeshine.com or look up the Wreath Meshine on the internet. You go to the website and click on the gallery. There's regular wreaths on there, regular deco mesh wreaths, and there's also studded wreaths that you can look at on there to see examples. And you can also go on Etsy and type in the Wreath Meshine. Of course, you're going to have to search for it like usual because Etsy's not that simple sometimes. So the Wreath, M-E-S-H-I-N-E. Pull it up and you'll see examples more than likely of studded wreaths. But either way, on one side or the other, you should be able to find it because I'm not planning on stopping making these anytime soon, God willing. So, like I said, you get a frame, you get your ribbon, you get your studs, whatever color you want. You can find these online, Amazon, allstarco.com. I'll put a link for these down below also. You get your stud machine and sorry y'all, long day, glue gun. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do the base. Like I said, my bow's already done. I already have my bow ready. And I'm just going to attach this to it when I'm done. You don't have to put a bow on them. If you want to do just like these candy canes from the Dollar Tree, plain with just the ribbon and the stud, you can do them however you want, y'all. Or let your imagination fly. It's totally up to you. Alright, y'all. So it's going to be hard to show you how to use the machine. Essentially, like I said, you feed the stud in the bottom. And then when you're ready to place it, you push down. And I'm going to kind of guide you and give you some techniques on how this works. If you have questions about the technique, simple ones that I can answer for you, feel free to let me know. And I will help you to the best of my abilities, answer whatever question you have. I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Pardon me if I go off screen. Alright, y'all. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue on the edge of my wreath frame. I'm just going to back up. The edge of my wreath frame. And what I'm going to do after I do this is I'm going to get the ribbon. I'm going to curve it over and through. Kind of like this. Okay? You can do it how you want. This is just how I do it. This is just to secure it on the frame. Okay? So I usually just fit it first, bend it in place, make my little fold like I usually do. Okay? I'm going to come down here. I'm going to glue on the frame. Careful not to burn yourself at all times, please, because I am not responsible for y'all burning your hands. I'm sorry. I have a hard enough time not doing it myself. And I'm going to let a little bit of the fabric from the ribbon go over the edge a little bit. Okay? And there's a reason I'm doing that. Okay. I'm going to glue the one side in place. Alright. So when I'm done doing that, this glue, I'm not used to this glue. Alright. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put some glue on the frame. And a little glue, y'all, not a lot of glue. You can put some on the middle part too. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to line up the edges of the fabric with each other, and I'm going to kind of squish it together. Okay. When I'm done with this, since I have fabric on each side of the candy cane, now I'm going to get a stud. I'm going to load it in. And be careful, and you might have to use a finger protector thingy. Or you could just push down a little bit on the stud machine. Not too hard. I'm going to feed my fabric in. Oh hell, give me a minute, y'all. I'm going to show you this is not easy. Sorry for the huffing and puffing. If you push down too hard on the machine, obviously something's going to happen and your stud prongs are going to bend. So what you want to do essentially is you're going to get your stud holder. You'll put your stud in, but see, sometimes it doesn't just slide in because it's a little tight. You can just push it down in there with your, or up in there with your finger covered. Yeah, it can hurt. It's sharp prongs. So, kind of good for me to show you what can happen. Little mishaps. So you have an idea. Because nothing's going to go perfect, y'all. Especially when you first start something. Okay. So I'm going to put the frame in between the center area. I'm going to put it far enough in the machine that I'm not on top of the lower crossbar, and then I'm going to push down. Okay, you have a stud in the ribbon. You turn it over, you see 4 studs coming out. It's successful. Even if there's not 4 studs, you're still okay. You could always put a little glue to secure your stud if you want to make sure it's not going to come out. Alright? Alright. Now I'm going to get some glue. I'm going to put it on the edges. And what you're going to do each time is you're going to fold your ribbon over tight, okay, and you're going to bring some to the back, and you're going to do the next stud, okay, and you're going to continue to do this all the way until you get to the other tip top end of the frame. So what you want to try and do, you can look under the machine when you're setting the stud to make sure your studs are kind of even with each other and spaced out evenly. The only problem you're going to have is when you come to this crossbar, you're going to have to decide if you're going to put a stud before it or after it. And we'll get to that in a minute. And the reason I glue is because I want to make sure that my fabric is not going to come undone or bunch up and all that stuff. So I look underneath, make sure I'm kind of lined up, then I continue. And then I'm going to put a little glue on the fabric, and just to keep in mind, some fabric may not like your glue as much as others. I'm just letting you know. Some fabric you might have to use the minimal amount of glue, and y'all can still adjust your ribbon until it sets, okay? Some fabric may not like your glue, so just be prepared to experience that. And sometimes your stud might fall out of the machine. And I poked my finger last night heavy duty, like I could have did a diabetic test. So like I said, just be careful. So right now my crossbar is right here. So see, I have enough room here to put another stud, which may not always happen. So you're going to have to use your discretion and make an executive decision to figure out, am I putting a stud here or a stud here if there's not enough space? You know what I mean? So it's not always going to be 100% even. So here I go. Do not, if possible, crunch down on a crossbar. I do not want you to damage your machine. I have not crunched down that hard on one yet that I've damaged my machine. But I'm just saying, these machines are like between $100 and $200. You do not want to damage it, if at all possible. Okay? Alright, so I know my crossbar is here. So I'm going to put a little more glue. And I hope y'all are liking this technique so far. It's going to look pretty cool in the end, y'all. I promise. And this might not be for everybody. I got it. Because some people have carpal tunnel. It's hard for them to do stuff like this. You know, dexterity issues and all that. I get it. But I just wanted to put it out there for people in case they do want to learn something different and they're tired of making deco mesh wreaths and they're tired of the same thing all the time. Alright, here we go. So my crossbar, put it under, push down, pull up. So it's not too hard to stay in line. You just literally, y'all have to be patient and just go with the flow. I suggest when you do these the first couple times, just take your time. This is a learning process, something new, something you never done before. You need to just take some time out for yourself to go ahead and do this, so you can focus and concentrate. Alright, next one. And I like to show the whole video from start to finish, for the most part, to show you, just in case something crazy happens, what could happen, to show you how to handle it, essentially. I don't want to show you a perfect video and then you run into a problem in the real world and you don't know what to do. So at least I feel like if I show you this situation, you can figure out how to handle it. Alrighty, I'm gonna keep on going. Y'all, I tried to get my fingers manicured yesterday, and you know, it's kind of hard to keep them looking nice when you do wreaths. I'm not gonna lie. So you know what, y'all? Please don't pay attention to my manicure, because it's all messed up. I couldn't leave the nail salon without going shopping right away, looking for ribbon right away, messing with stuff right away. And y'all don't have to glue every single section, piece of ribbon, whatever. If you want to do it for quality purposes to make sure your customer gets a good quality piece, product, more power to you, because that's what I do essentially. I quality check everything I do, y'all, because I don't want to send something out to somebody and it starts falling apart. I would be mortified. I've been doing this for, what, since 2018 essentially. Okay, let me say something real quick. I got a crossbar here. This is one of those situations where you're going to have to decide, am I putting the stud here, which is too close? This is too close to this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over the crossbar and put it in the next section. And it's usually not that far away from the previous one that it looks off and bad. So I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think many people are going to be able to tell anyways. So let's see. Let's do this real quick. The other thing I didn't explain is when you do these, okay, you have to put the fabric up to the back. You cannot have the fabric taut and like just straight across like that. You have to bring it down into the groove to come up to the other piece on the other side, because the prongs on the studs are not that long and they're not going to reach like an inch, half an inch. No, the stud, I don't know if you can see, can you see that? The studs are not that long, y'all. I think maybe a quarter of an inch at the most. So you need to have this fabric flush with the front when you fold it over, so you're not straining the machine, you're not straining the stud, so that you can make sure as much as possible that the stud prongs fold over when you push down on the machine. And you also don't want it so tight that you tear the ribbon when you apply the stud. This is all pressure sensitive stuff, so just essentially when I fold over, I'm putting it to the back like this. You know what I mean? But if you have any questions about it, let me know. It's a little confusing. So you got to make sure you have enough ribbon when you do this, because if you don't have enough, you could run out. This takes quite a bit of ribbon. Even though you're not using mesh, it takes quite a bit of ribbon. I'm not even gonna lie. I think you might get 4 or 5 candy canes off of one roll of ribbon. That's 50 yards. If you don't have a 50 yard, I use 50 yard, like from Costco and Sam's and all that. You can try it with the smaller size ribbon spools. You're probably going to need at least 2 10 yards. Like I said, since I've been doing this, I've been using my 50 yard rolls that I get from Sam's and Costco or wherever, 50 yards, because I want to make sure, A, I have enough ribbon, and B, I just want a reason to use my gobs and gobs and gobs of ribbon that I have. And also always make sure you have a stud in the machine. Push with your, you can get a metal thimble if you want, y'all. I don't know if it'll pierce the silicone finger protector thingy. So if you just want to make sure you're not going to get pierced by the prongs, you can go ahead and get a metal thimble. Okay. You're probably going to see some little glue spots here and there. And I don't think that's a big deal. Like I said earlier, y'all make things like you're making them for your family, your friends, quality. I'm all about quality, y'all. Quality and customer service. If you're going to do something, do it right. Give your customers what they're paying for, just like you would want to get what you're paying for. Treat them the same. If you're not going to put in the same amount of ethics, integrity, and quality into your product as you would expect from somebody, then don't do it, because you will end up suffering in the end and getting bad reviews, and people will not like it, and they will not trust your work. You will not have repeat customers. They will not come back to you. So that is one of the things I pride myself in as far as this business. Even though I'm not a huge hitter like other people, because they have whatever resources that I don't have, $1 million or whatever, I still pride myself on my work and my technique and my customer service and my product. All right, so I hit another crossbar. So this one's like almost right next to the stud. So I'm going to bring my next stud over a little bit. And y'all move the machine whatever direction you need to move it to be able to see what you're doing. A little bit of glue. And the reason I also have to show you the whole candy cane technique, especially candy cane, is because make sure y'all evenly space out your ribbon. Because when you get to this curve here, it's going to take some special gluing, some special everything, essentially, y'all. It's going to take some special technique. So I'm going to have to show you, especially on a candy cane. If I can keep my stud in. Oh, Lord help me today, Sunday. I ain't cussing on Sunday. No. Alright, let's see. Make sure I don't have my crossbar, because sometimes I forget that I just passed one. Alright. Move this way. Alright, let's see. Sorry, y'all, my hands are getting a little tired. Human, y'all. Things hurt. I'm fixing to be 47 next month. Things be a hurting, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm trying to do the best I can. No, I don't have carpal tunnel. It's called old age, and I'm just starting to accept it. It is what it is. Did I say I was turning 47? Because I'm in the 21 for Life Club, but oops. Oopsie. Alright, here we go. Push down. And again, just check on the back and make sure that your 4 prongs are showing with each stud. And if they're not, you can just put a little glue over the ones that are not showing or the fabric is straining, trying to tear a little bit, and you don't want it to. So just put a little bit of glue. Alright, and that should hold everything in place. Alright, trying to stay on screen, y'all. I apologize. Alright, hitting the crossbar again. We're starting to get to the curve in the candy cane. Get ready for some fun. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start doing it right here. Okay, I'm going to fold over. I'm going to put my finger on the edge here, and I'm going to kind of bring the fabric over a little bit, okay? Got a crossbar here, so that's probably going to mess up my little plan. Okay, Usually you're going to bring it over, pull the fabric over a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put my stud here because my crossbar is behind there. I'll try it again on the next placement, okay? Oops. Alright, let's see y'all. Hold on. Let me get situated here. Let me just show y'all real quick. Okay, before I put the glue down, I'm going to show you how to do this without the glue, and then I'm going to do it with the glue. So I'm going to bring over our ribbon, right? I'm going to set it on the glue, and then I'm going to bring over the fabric a little bit to kind of rush it up, because the angle of the candy cane is going to force me to have to do this. You cannot make it straight like this part. So you know we got an angle here. It's going to gather. It's essentially the ribbon gathering. You're making the look of gathered ribbon. And you're still going to put your stud on it. It's just you're going to have to gather to make it look right. Okay? Sorry, I'm just making sure I was recording. Oops. Alright, y'all. So I'm going to glue a little. Mostly on the edge of the ribbon. I'm going to bring it over. And be careful not to burn yourself. I'm going to hold it. And then I'm going to pull, lightly pull. I'm going to hold it there. Okay? So we got things slightly gathered. Make sure I don't have my crossbar. Okay, crossbar's right there. I'm going to feed my stud in the machine while I'm still holding. And then I'm going to put my wreath in. And I'm going to push down. So all I was essentially doing, y'all, excuse me, is bringing it together and giving it just that little ruched look, that gathered look. Only on this part of the frame are we going to do this, and then we can start going straight again, like over here when we get to this part. But this curved part is going to have to be this way. So if you need to protect your finger, like you have virgin fingers that have not been burned by glue, or you're not used to it, or you don't know the temperature of your glue gun, protect your fingers. I'm just going to say protect your fingers, period. Okay? Do as I say, not as I do. Because I've been doing this a while, y'all. Some of y'all might not have hands like us seasoned wreath makers, and I am not going to be... I don't want to be hearing people crying that they burn third degree burns on their hands from this stuff. Because I don't know y'all's history. But just watch me. Y'all figure it out eventually. Safety first, y'all. Okay. I'm going to put my finger here. And I'm going to gently pull over flat, if possible. Pull it over. Hold on. Okay. Pull over. And it's going to probably overlap on itself, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. As long as it has that flat, gathered, happy look. And that's all that matters. Then I'm going to go ahead and feed it into the machine. Essentially, y'all, it's just going to take practice. It's just going to take practice. If you feel more comfortable doing stuff like this on a regular round wreath and practice that first, because this might be a little advanced, but I'm just showing you because it's fixing to be Christmas time. So I'm going to put the glue. You can overlap it or however you want to do it. It has to be gathered. So however you can get it to come out looking nice and neat. That's all that matters. That it looks nice and neat. Try and feed the stud in. Sometimes these studs go in with no problem. Sometimes they fight you. sure I don't have a crossbar. Now I'm going to push down. See that? It's gathered. It's just slightly overlapped. All you're doing is kind of ruching it, I guess. That's what it's called. Okay. And the back side might not look that great, but we're mostly concerned with the front side, y'all. Okay. Bring my ribbon over. Try and get it on the edge. Bring my ruche. See, this is not always that easy, y'all. And then you have to look at the other stud and make sure you're not running it over. So just be patient. You might have to do a couple practice frames, wreaths, just to see how it goes. I've had some time to develop my technique. Make sure I don't have a crossbar, and I'm gonna push down. Okay. So I'm gonna put a link to the All-Star Coal Stud Machine down below in the description box. If y'all get one and y'all try the technique, and y'all like it, let me know. If y'all like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and nice comments are appreciated. If y'all have any questions, just put them in the comments and I will answer them to my best ability as fast as I can. Yeah, I don't know everything, y'all. You know what I mean? Oh, I already had a stud in there. I don't know everything, but I'll try and help you as best as I can. I've been getting all kinds of questions, which I'm kind of like flattered that y'all think I know that much. Okay, when we start getting to the end of the wreath, at least the candy cane, the ribbon starts getting all twisted up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to estimate, and I'm going to cut off a long piece of ribbon, because I can always use the extra ribbon on something else. It's not like I got to throw it away if I don't cut the right amount, so I won't even worry about that. Alright, look at here. We're getting to a crossbar. Okay. Put my glue. I also put a link to this glue gun down below. It's a new one and I like it. I just started using it today, y'all. This is the first time I'm using it. I like it because it has where you can change out the nozzles. It comes with like 2 other nozzles. It's from AdTech on Amazon. It's an American-made company, which I like. Okay, so here we go with the crossbar issue again. And this one's kind of throwing me off because I have the stud, a space, the crossbar. So what I'm going to do, this one's going to be close. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it over. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Think I should do it? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you how it looks. To put them maybe a little too close together. But like I said, unless you know better, they're not going to know. And sometimes you just got to do it because it's a whole piece of fabric. And it's not too bad. It's close, but it's not like awkwardly close. You know what I mean? You know, like you're on that first date and the dude sits too close to you or the chick sits too close to you and you're like, dude, I don't even know you like that yet. Yeah, it ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. Let's see. Okay. Alright. So I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. We're only a couple days out from Thanksgiving. Cyber Monday's tomorrow. Do y'all have anything y'all want to get on Cyber Monday? I think I'm shopped out, y'all. Blessed, not distressed. I think I've shopped out. I went to a place in Sugar Land, Texas today called the Painted Tree. I think they have them all over the country. And I love that dang store. Because I could just go up in there and get lost for like hours and just keep with my little cart. Keep putting things in my cart and taking things out of my cart. And also go in there and look at all the wreath maker stuff and see what they got going on for the season. And then they got all kinds of clothes. And like today, if you go at the right time, some of the vendors mark their stuff down like 30–40%. So I get all super happy on top of that. Y'all can use any color ribbon for this. Solid bottom, solid base, colored base. Man, it doesn't matter. It is your choice. Have fun. The only thing is getting the studs that you need to match your design. And I got glue hairs everywhere. Alright, so you see we're starting to come around to the home stretch, and the curb is starting to wear off on the frame. And we'll be back at the straight part in a few minutes. I wonder how many people on here are new to wreath making. Are y'all new to wreath making? Why don't y'all leave me a comment? I just want to know my audience and who I'm dealing with and who needs more explanations, and if I'm dealing with more seasoned wreath makers. Do you have a wreath business? Are you just starting? Have you been craving a new technique in the wreath industry to do? I just want to know, y'all. I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Alright, let's see here. Sorry I keep going off the screen, y'all. I'm just still getting used to this new camera thing. Honestly, I'm not really good at this camera stuff. I've gone 5 years and I haven't really filmed anything until now. Believe it or not, I haven't. I know some of y'all think I'm good at explaining stuff, but that's just because I'm real thorough and I have ADHD. And that's just how I do. Like I said before, I need to know the foundations and the reasons why I do things, and that's how I explain stuff. That's why when I work a regular job and I get trained and people don't explain why something is, I get aggravated. I gotta know, why are you doing that? Why? I mean, are we doing it because you just want to do it? Or are we doing it because we need to do it, for what reason? I just gotta know. It just has to make sense to me. That's all there is to it. So that's why I explained why we were doing the ruching and the gathering of the ribbon. So now this should be the last one I have to ruche. And see, I'm coming up on a crossbar. Let me tap this bad boy. I appreciate y'all watching the video and being patient with me. It's taking a lot longer to make a regular wreath for the hour and 20 minutes I did it last time. Y'all, was hurting. It's hurting, y'all. A lot of standing up, especially Thanksgiving night when you've already been running around all day. Alright, so like I said before, we're at the home stretch. Should be done in a few minutes with this. So what I do now is, and I'm actually going to glue it on this end because I want it to stay put. Alright, bring my ribbon over, and I don't have to gather anymore, y'all. Okay, what I am going to do is make sure it's tight on top so it doesn't look sloppy. And then on the back, I'm going to hold the fabric up. I'm going to everything goes messy again. Squish. See? Yeah. I apologize for the video being so long, but it's, like I said, it's a new technique. I need to be thorough and show y'all. I don't want y'all going out there trying to sell stuff and your wreath's falling apart. I'm not about that at all. And if you can get your ribbon from Costco or Sam's Club or Craft Outlet or wherever they sell 50-yard rolls. I know Costco and Sam's Club, like these are the cheaper ones. You could find them on sale at other places, but $7, $8 a roll is not bad. Especially when you can get multiple wreaths out of one roll. You're doing a good job. And please charge enough for your work when you sell these things, because these are not 5-minute wreaths, y'all. This takes time. You're setting each stud and holding and setting and holding and setting, coming up with the designs and making bows and doing all that stuff, y'all. Please charge enough money for your creation, okay? Do not undervalue your talent. Do not undervalue your work. I know it takes time to develop techniques and to learn things, but you have to charge what you're worth. Okay, y'all. So on this last part here, this is almost like the beginning. I'm going to glue on the frame. I'm going to glue a little on the ribbon, and I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to leave just a little bit over the edge, okay? And I'm going to show you on the back side what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on the whole edge of the outer ring. All right, leave a little bit of fabric, okay? And this one should pretty much totally be straight. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna do one last stud, okay? Make sure you leave yourself enough fabric so that it can get close enough together. Now I gotta push. All right, I'm gonna put some on the back side. Okay. I'm gonna need one more stud, y'all. I'm not totally done yet. Ooh, I got me a new apron today, y'all. Camouflage. Ooh. So I don't mess my clothes up. Alright. So I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna trim as close to the edge as I can. Okay. And then, if I need to add a little bit more glue between the two pieces of fabric without burning my hands, squish it together. Careful. And then, I'm going to do my last stud. Thank you, baby Jesus. Home stretch, y'all. So the only thing after this last stud you should have to worry about is your bow, if you make one. And there you go. This is the base for your studded candy cane wreath, y'all. And I would just go on the back and check all your studs to make sure they're all in place like they're supposed to be, and if you have one that's missing, I would just put a little glue over that section, okay? And then, like I said, try to get your end covered. So after that, I'll move my machine out the way. Yay! Cheering for myself. You're your biggest cheerleader, y'all. Alright. So I have my bow already made. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue. I'm going to pick an area somewhere along, like near the top, almost kind of where the, I don't even know how to explain it, halfway up. I don't know, somewhere in here. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put my glue. What I'm going to do is make sure you have your bow facing the right way before you go sticking everything everywhere. And I'm going to put my bow I'm going to let it sit for a few, and then I'm going to tie it off in the back, and it's going to look like this. Cool. So just let your bow sit on there and let the glue dry, and then you just tie it off in the back, and you can add some more glue if you want. Alright, y'all. A little over 45 minutes later, that's it. So, like I said, I'm going to put the link to the All-Star Co. studded machine, or stud machine, in the box below. It does come with some stud, I don't know what they're called, stud attachers or whatever. You know, it comes with these little deals that you put, I don't know what they're called, y'all. Stud setters or whatever. And it also comes with different size metal pieces that the studs get pushed against that goes into the machine also. So there's a top and a bottom, essentially. Male and a female, top and bottom. So I'm going to put that link down below. I'll also put the link for the glue gun, the AdTech glue gun. That's from Amazon. Like I said, if you like the video, you like what you learned today, if you feel it's going to benefit your business, if I was just teaching you well, if you have any compliments, I thank you so much. Wish y'all happy holidays. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Stay tuned for more videos. Y'all have a blessed evening and a blessed rest of the year. And stay tuned for more videos, and talk to y'all soon. Make sure y'all subscribe so y'all don't miss anything. Alright, y'all. Take care.